Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to DotaPit League. Season number 3, the qualifiers well underway. Our second day of action and, well, our third series. Moscow 5 International versus Ninjas in Pajamas. Game number 2 now underway. The draft, well, we're in it already. The winner of this series is going to move on. They'll play My Insanity in the second round of the winner's bracket. Loser will move down. And they'll have to play a couple of more games to try to get back and get qualified. Top 2 will qualify in these qualifiers. The winner of the winner bracket and the winner of the loser's bracket. So we'll see how things turn out. Again, my name is Mott. With me today is our Statsman Mott Packs. And of course, F4L. How are you, man?
I'm doing good. How are you doing?
I'm good. I'm not tired. I got up pretty early today. And, well, yeah, it's like 6 a.m. over there, so.
I have not slept.
5 seconds remaining.
Wow.
There's that.
That's something, huh?
I actually feel pretty good.
Reserve
Not
time.
gonna lie.
You sound pretty good. So that's good. Well, what did you think about the last game at 4L?
I was actually pretty surprised. I think M5 actually played a really strong early game. Their movement was really good. I think they made a couple of key mistakes that couldn't quite get them over that hump. Specifically that one team fight in the mid lane where the SF barely lives while getting graved, and then he gets off his ultimate, and then it just sort of turns into a complete disaster for M5 from that point on.
Yeah, that's...
It's just one of those strats where you have all this momentum, but you lose one fight, and it just sort of seems like you start running out of steam at that point, and you're really pressured against time. And I said they had like probably 2 pushes left. They had that really convincing push in the bottom lane, but a couple of buybacks from NiP, and they weren't able to get too much out of it. So a really solid defense from NiP in that game. They were definitely solid that game.
That was the most impressive thing was, I think, the tier 3 tower falling, but still being able to defend and make sure they could get kills off the back end of a fight, even after losing, say, like 8 Mother, and just knowing when to buy back. And well, we talked a lot about Giannis fan, but I think 8 Mother played extraordinarily well as well. He was cycling a lot of the time in these engagements, but when he wasn't and he was able to do work, he got off his GAs and his repel, and he made Era kind of a monster. So
it's actually quite a difficult game to play OmniKnight against the Brewmaster, because if you don't repel yourself, then you get cycloned, and then you're not useful in the fight. The GA isn't as useful because it can just get purged by the Dispel. You constantly have to be repelling the SF, but then you're in a position where it's very easy to cyclone you. So I think he played quite well under the circumstances. It's definitely very difficult to play that hero against Brewmaster specifically.
Yeah, it's not easy, but I don't know if we'll see it again this time around. We have a couple of interesting picks. Axe is, I think...
I really like these picks from M5.
Yeah, I mean, Axe is probably one of the best heroes right now.
Yeah, he's insane. I always say he's sort of like Batrider, except there's no item you can buy to protect against Call. And I think that's honestly why he's so strong.
Yeah.
What do you do against Call?
I hope to God you're out of range or something. I don't know.
Honestly, if you're losing against an Axe, it is so hard to play. Because Axe +1 pretty much kills any hero just because of the amount of lockdown that Call provides. And there's no item counter. It's one of the only heroes in the game that has no item counter.
Do you think maybe it should not go through Magic Community?
No, because I think then the hero's just awful.
And then the hero sucks, yeah. That's tough. It's tough to balance the hero, I think.
But you can't really make Lincoln's block it, because that would just be an odd
that's weird.
interaction.
Yeah.
Just because it's an AoE spell. I'm not sure how you balance it. I think Axis, he's a little too strong right now.
I think you have to increase the cooldown.
I'm just worried that if you nerf him too much, he's just going to completely fall off. But
that's the problem.
Yeah, I mean, 10-second RP, pretty much.
Yeah. I mean, it's actually insane. The other thing is that it's been so long since we've seen Axe in the metagame. I mean, I remember there was a video that Fierce did before TI2 where it said Mission Impossible to pick Axe at the International. And that doesn't seem to be too far-fetched for TI5 right now, honestly. I
mean, if he doesn't get changed, he'll be in a lot of games, especially the Chinese games. They love this hero. They think he's an amazing hero, and I can't disagree with them. I think the hero right now is pretty imbalanced, to be perfectly honest. But
borderline broken.
Yeah, he's in a place, though, where I don't think he's completely broken, because when he gets behind, he looks underwhelming, but it's just when he's ahead. I mean, it is very difficult to play against.
Yeah, Moscow 5 have a snowball-heavy team. Night Stalker and
really
Axe
do.
together. This is...
And Invoker.
Yeah. Get kills,
Most likely
get levels.
going to be the Exort variety, so they can combo that with the call as well.
Yeah.
5 seconds.
So
remaining.
this is... it's a team that is difficult to face up against. If Ninjas in Pajamas, if NiP are able to get a lead and get Phantom Assassin some levels, get Brewmaster, Blink Dagger, and some other items, this could be huge. M5, I don't know, this last pick's sort of uncharacteristic of their lineup. They pick up a Weaver who is not as snowball heavy, I'd say. He's more about just getting farm and being able to split push to a certain extent than the rest of the squad.
So this is most likely a support Night Stalker then. Unless... Yeah, it's going to be a support Night Stalker. And then Axe offlane. And then Invoker mid, Weaver safe lane probably.
Night Stalker support. I'm not sure how big of a fan I am of that.
Remaining.
I mean, we have seen it a couple times. I know one
5
North American
seconds
team in
remaining.
particular likes running that hero, but it is interesting. I mean, the hero has a lot of
Reserve
diving
time.
potential just because of how much armor he has, but it's just a little odd not to give him a lot of experience early game because of how well he thrives during the nighttime. And the nighttime coming at 4 minutes,
10 seconds
what's a support
remaining.
Night Stalker going to do during the first night?
Ward.
I mean, he's going to be
know.
level
5 seconds
3
remaining.
at the most.
Yeah.
I'm not too scared of a level 3 Night Stalker running at me, to be quite honest.
Not quite the same tear that you get from, say, a level 6 Night Stalker at the first nighttime. I gotta say, though, Viper last pick is... If you want a way to stop Axe, I think Viper is one of the ways to do so. And Trout mentioned this yesterday, and you want to be able to kite him. And Viper Strike is one of the easiest ways to do so. I think this is not a bad choice. But the hero as it stands right now is not where it used to be, or it's just not picked as much as it used to be, I should say, for the Viper, honestly.
Prepare for
Yeah.
battle.
Well, I think Viper is good and bad in this situation because they do have quite a bit of negative armor coming out from M5. And that's honestly how you deal with Viper, is just through physical damage. Using that negative armor, getting the physical damage going, and Viper gets shredded by physical damage, so...
We'll see how it goes. And the physical damage is there for M5, but this is going to be an interesting lineup here. The lanes, well... An aggro tri-lane from N5. You've got Screen on your Night Stalker, your pink player. ZXC is going to be your Weaver. PGG, please go game on your Vengeful Spirit. And in the middle lane, it'll be Necroman playing your Invoker. And it's going to be Slander to round it all out for your Axe player up at the top lane, currently sitting in the jungle. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Giannis, a fan, buddy.
30
Did they see him?
seconds to
I don't know if they have no ward. The ward was placed here. The other ward they have is in the lane. That was a Radiant ward that I circled over here. He's actually maybe going to get killed if he goes for this rune.
I think if he goes for this rune, he's definitely going to die. But I'll go ahead and introduce the Ninjas in Pajamas. On the Radiant side, we're going to have Handskin playing the Ancient Apparition, CO Kid on the Support Lich. I want to stop for just a second.
Oh, Giannis, a fan. Did he know? He knew. Giannis, a fan with the smart plays. He might have seen them.
I
They'll
think it's
pick it up
because
for
no
ZXC.
one showed top, so he got a little scared.
Yeah, that was it was a sketchy situation. Anyways, you may continue.
Continuing
on.
those introductions, we're going to have Ape Mother playing the Brewmaster, Era on the Solo Mid Phantom Assassin, and Giannisson Fan on the Viper. Yeah, really nice play from Giannisson Fan, though, knowing that no one on the Dire showed in the top lane, so most likely going to be contesting that bottom rune because giving 2 runes now at level 1 is not something you can do in competitive play. It just gives too much. 100 experience and gold.
Giannis, a fan. Magic Missile. There's the Void
Might
as
be in
well.
trouble
Body
here.
blocks from ZXC. Beautifully done. They just need a couple more right clicks. Will they dive this? It looks like yes. Giannis, a fan, should go down. They may be diving too far. ZXC really wants this kill. He will pick it up. He won't die either. He's taking some right click. There's going to be an Ice Vortex going on the ground, but they can't get the kill. Lich is looking for something, but he only has Sacrifice. And First
Yeah,
Blood
he's not gonna be
goes.
able to do anything.
Yeah, that's a bit unfortunate. They were almost able to get a kill with a tower onto the Weaver, but he was able to Shikuchi away, so...
Yeah, really nice play from the Weaver, getting those couple of seconds of body block to secure a couple of additional right clicks, and they end up getting that First Blood.
And the problem is, though, now it's going to be tri-lane versus tri-lane, and I think that if you can get the Lich's Ice Blast, this lane becomes a bit more dangerous. In fact, he already has it. And he could just keep sacrificing, keeping the lane in their favor. They could just throw down the Chilling Touch at any point in time. And I mean,
actually,
this is frightening.
I'm very surprised by the level discrepancy. I mean, if we look at the levels from Radiant, both these supports are level 2. Lich even halfway to level 3, and, you know, Viper's still level 1, but almost everyone on the Dire side is still level 1.
Well, they started in opposite lanes. This tri-lane has been there since the beginning for M5. It's not the same for NiP. I'm not sure if that's the difference maker, but
that's true.
It certainly could be.
Did AA get any experience in another lane? I don't believe so.
He pulled once.
Oh, he pulled, okay.
There's the Frost Blast going. PGG is going to fall. Look at the right click. The Ice Vortex, the slow. My God. ZXC, he might go down. Chikuchi in 1 second. He should be okay. He'll make it out. Hanskid will take a couple of tower shots just for good measure as well. So, all right, like I said, this is a dangerous tri-lane. I don't like going up against a Viper in a tri-lane, honestly, when you have this kind of support.
I mean, I don't like going up against an AA in a tri-lane with 3 ranged heroes.
Yeah, that's frightening.
I mean, it's nearly impossible to beat AA with 3 ranged heroes, just because of the amount of damage output that Chilling Touch will do.
And I don't know about this Night Stalker now as a support either. Yep. I mean, Void is not doing much. That's really all that you've got at your disposal. Weaver disconnects from the game. Hopefully we get back in just a second. Not sure if it was a crash or what have you, but all right, let's see here. If it ain't broke, M5 Ent recently ran a very similar draft in which the Venge was replaced by Witch Doctor. I missed the rest of the stat.
Oh, they went 26-1 or something.
Yeah.
That was the rest of the set. So, basically, the last time they ran this, they did quite well, but not really finding the early success maybe that they had in that game.
Well,
honestly, I feel like they need to abandon this tri-lane. There's no way this tri-lane ends well for them. The pull is not blocked right now.
Yeah, this is
it's 3 ranged heroes with Chilling Touch. They're just not going to win any engagements, and they're going to get out experienced by the pull.
This Weaver's not going to get any CS. He's at 3 right now. I wasn't a big fan of the Weaver pick, and I'm certainly not, like, I would rather see the Night Stalker played in not a support fashion, and some sort of core would be fine. Yeah, but we'll see how things turn out. They will try to contest the pull. I don't think they really can if they decided to, you know, I think if NiP decided to contest that pull, they certainly could fight there, and they might do so.
Yeah, the problem is Viper would have to leave, and there's creeps under his tower, so not really wanting to give out those CS.
Screen ZXC, they're going to try to turn their attention to Hanskid. He's actually out of position here. Weaver already came through. A couple of right clicks could go their way. There's the Chilling Touch. ZXC needs to leave. He actually might die before he gets Chikuchi away. Oh, he's lucky that he gets the tree line. He's going to try to bottle away. Night Stalker actually gets the kill on Seal Kid. ZXC now walking away. Seal Kid went a little too far out. ZXC still might die here. Yeah, he's actually dead. He has to buy. And then that's just the issue. That's it.
I mean, sure, you kill the Lich, but your carry in this tri-lane ends up falling.
Yeah, and you're giving more money to Janssen fan than anything else.
Yeah, definitely not a worthwhile exchange for them. And, well, they continue to TP heroes into this bottom lane.
Hey, Mother's getting called in the top lane. Slander with the Berserker's Call. Not really getting any Culling Blade procs, unfortunately. Not Culling Blade counter helix, excuse me. And Slander continues to level up, but it's pretty even up top. I
suppose this aggro tri-lane just gets stronger at level 4, right? Because of the nighttime. So he is going to have that 20% increased movement speed as well as 45 attack speed.
I don't know if that's enough, though.
I don't feel like it's enough.
Well, we'll have to keep our eye there. Eric continues to farm here in this mid lane. He has 20 CS. Necroman going for Quas Wex has 23 CS, so pretty close, even matchup. We talked about how Exhort would be good for an Axe, but they're going to go for Quas Wex instead, so they want to be able to have plenty of teamfight control early on in this game. And, well, Screen's going to rotate mid. He's going to try to do this whole... Yeah, they're going to jump on him. EMP's going to go Cold Snap as well. Era is in some trouble. He will not be able to Phantom Strike, and they're going to kill him. The rotating Night Stalker all of a sudden becomes... maybe actually pretty cool. Bottom lane, though, they're going to jump on Janssen Fan. He's in some trouble. The Weaver almost getting the kill. ZXC, Chikuchi in 1 second. Janssen Fan is salving up. He's going to try to juke away and will. ZXC cannot get the kill. Ice Vortex coming in. ZXC, look at that right-click damage just from Hanskid. There's the Frost Blast Screen. Now in some trouble. A couple more right clicks will do the job. They might get it off this kill. Oh, he had just enough block there from the Stout Shield. The proc came through, and Screen lives. Whew, baby.
All right, what a crazy game so far. And if we go ahead and look at... Actually, M5 doing a really good job in this laning phase. If you go ahead and look at the net worth, they're actually 1,000 gold ahead of NiP, which is quite surprising to me.
I think that comes from mid and top lane, as they're leading in CS currently.
I mean, if you look at the net worth difference, it's only 100.
Yeah. Seal Kid is in some trouble. He needs this haste rune
he gets a haste
badly. That is a based Ice Frog rune. 6 minutes in.
Haste or Invis.
Yeah, that's the S4. Era getting caught out. Again, actually, he's in some trouble. He has no mana for Phantom Strike. There's body blocks. The Void's going to come through. He might get under the tower, though, but here comes ZXC bottling up Tornado, and that'll secure the kill. And Era is just getting roamed on, and this team's not able to do anything about it. Sealkid is looking for a Frost Blast, but he actually has no mana to work with here. He can't use it, so no such luck there.
And unfortunately, when you pick two supports like this, neither of them can really rotate mid to protect the Phantom Assassins, so really smart play from M5, knowing the limitations of NiP's draft and really exposing the weakness by constantly ganking the mid lane. What can NiP really do to respond to this? They can maybe sit a hero there preemptively, that might be helpful, but they can't really respond to the gank currently. Maybe once Brewmaster gets his Blink Dagger, they can probably respond to a gank, but at the moment, they're extremely immobile, and they don't have stuns.
Yeah, that's the major issue. It's something that we haven't really talked about, is the lack of disables. Wow, he just avoided that Tornado. EMP's going to go, but it's off the mark, and at least Arrow will get some room to work with now in this middle lane, because he desperately needs it. Bottom lane, Screen's going to come in, and Hanskin is in some trouble. There's going to be the Wave of Terror. Magic Missile. Hanskin's going to die. Giannis actually needs to think about leaving. Hanskins goes down to the right click. They still have the swarm on him. There's the Void, and Giannis fan is actually dead as well. Double kill for ZXC. And M5, this aggro trial lane, like you talked about, getting stronger. However, they wouldn't have the Lich, so that's the issue.
Not sure Lich would have done too much, and this lack of disables is really hurting them right now. When was Lich picked? Was it towards the end?
I don't think so. It was 4th pick, I think.
It was 4th pick?
I think Viper was last pick, and Lich was 4th pick.
Maybe they weren't expecting an aggressive try lane?
Gosh, Era, not again. Ooh, Culling Blade, they don't even need it. And they wanted it for Slander, but actually getting the kill is Necroman. He's going to be going for an Orchid, by the way. And this is actually M5's game, it looks like, just with how well the start is. And it's not the same. I mean, Era's just getting shut down completely. You could argue that if he gets farmed, that he could just destroy people, but he really isn't getting much out of the map.
I mean, it's very similar to the first game. Really strong laning and rotation phase from M5, but unlike the previous game, NiP don't really have a tremendous advantage going into that mid and late game.
Yeah, this game could get out of hand quickly here if NiP are not careful. Again, they have to really make sure Era stays safe, but it's so hard to do so. I mean, again, you talk about no disables. There's no real way to stop them from aggressing onto Era and getting kill after kill after kill if they rotate well. It comes down, I think, to positioning and more so than anything else, vision on the map because of the Night Stalker. It is daytime now, so they got out of that first day with a lot of carnage, a lot of death going the way of NiP, and a lot of kills from M5. But Scream might get caught out. No Viper Strike, though. ZXC's going to walk through. There's the Void. He'll throw down the Swarm as well. He's not going to dive this, but well, I thought he wasn't. Yeah, he'll back away with the Shikuchi, so.
And a really solid start from the Weaver as well. Sitting, not at too much CS, but he is 3-1. And what is the solution from NiP if this Weaver starts to get out of control? They have no lockdown, no disables. They're really going to have to rely on just doing a tremendous amount of damage to him instantly and just him completely exploding.
Yeah. It's tough, though. Especially with the support that they have around them.
All right, this rotation is really important from NiP. They do rotate the Brewmaster down to the bottom lane, trying to use the split.
They smoked. The counter smoke coming out from M5. Hanskid's going to walk right into ZXC. The smoke will break. They see him there.
Yeah, that's
double damage rune is going to get picked up now. ZXC might be in trouble. He has no time lapse either, but look how much damage he did to Hanskin. They almost got that kill. Stifling Dagger, TP now coming through. They have no disable. They can't stop him from TPing. He just TPs away. And now ZXC kills Hanskin so easily with that double damage rune. Brewmaster split now comes out. Necroman in some trouble. He can Ghost Walk in 12 seconds. Only make it there. It looks like, yeah. On the other side of things, here comes ZXC, and he's chasing right after Seal Kid. Blink, Berserker's Call, Slander already has his Blink Dagger. Double kill for ZXC. And there's just no way they could stop this aggression.
Yeah. And now the Blink Dagger coming out from Axe as well. This game just gets harder and harder for NiP at this point.
And M5 with a solid draft. It was questioning, honestly, the Night Stalker, but he's putting in work. Magic Missile, they will kill screen here. Hanskin might not be so lucky. PGG getting chased down by Janssen Fan because he had the Chilling Touch, but that's not enough to get the second kill. However, one kill is pretty good. At least they can get something going their way.
Yep.
The big problem, again, is Era. He just has no farm right now. EMP going. Seal Kid getting caught. Nah, he's fine.
Yeah, he's fine. Didn't quite connect with that EMP. Probably would have resulted in his death, but... Yeah, and this Weaver is doing a really good job. Already up to 1,700 gold. It'll be interesting to see what he opts for. Maybe a Lincoln Sphere. Honestly, I wouldn't even go a Lincoln's.
Oh, Blink Berserker's call. Chain Frost is going to bounce through, but there's the Culling Blade and Slander, who might die for this. No, he's fine. There's no actual Ice Blast, and now there's the second Culling Blade from Slander. Gets it done. He juked him out. He said, I'm going back home. Nope, just kidding. You're getting slammed in the head. A giant axe comes chopping and splitting his head open, so that's unfortunate. Meanwhile, did he get the kill? He sniped him. He sniped him. I didn't even know he was 6. Let's see where he died.
Really nice play from Hanskin to get that axe kill. They desperately need things like this. Whatever they can get right now.
Well, 8 Mother is so close to Blink Dagger if he dies here, which he could at this point, but he's going to back away. Nice play.
He should be fine.
Knowing that they're missing. Air on the backside, there is going to be a PGG with an Invis Rune. Magic Missile with Terror.
In trouble in the mid lane.
They're going to jump on him here in a second. Tornado, where's the EMP follow-up? Nope, Cold Snap goes instead. Wave of Terror. There's the Magic Missile. He dies again. That's his 5th death of the game. Not an easy game for Era by any stretch. And that's a Midas now done for the Weaver too.
I think this is perfectly fine considering the current state of the game. He knows that if he gets really farmed on this Weaver, there's nothing NiP can do about it.
Yeah, honest Finn stays a bit too long. Blink, Berserker's call, and now Necroman comes in as well. Cold Snap going through. They have the Battle Hunger up, and they're going to call him. It's just that easy. Ice Blast is going to come in and might hit on a couple here. It will hit on to 2, in fact, Necroman and PGG, but there's just no follow-up there.
Yeah, they have no answer for this Axe and Invoker right now.
Top Mother, 8 Mother going in, but ZXC coming through and right-clicking as well. ZXC is doing a bit of damage. He did get Drunk at Haze, so it's fine. Middle lane. Blink Berserker's call again. Hanskin, how many times are they going to catch people out with this Blink Berserkers? And this is what you were talking about, right? With Axe and snowballing out of control. Same could be said for the Night Stalker too.
I mean, it's even more amplified by the draft that NiP have. If they start crumbling and getting behind with the draft like this, no disables, no stuns, relying completely on slows. You have to be ahead when you play a draft like this. And unfortunately, you know, getting behind it in that bottom lane, honestly, it was mostly the play of the Night Stalker. I think Night Stalker was very important in, like, controlling the pace of this game. His rotations, his first 2 solo rotations onto the mid lane with Invoker, combining for kills onto Era, were really important in sort of snowballing this M5 advantage.
I'm surprised they didn't know that those rotations were going to come, or at least have TPs ready or something. I'm not sure if it would have mattered, but...
I mean, we talked about it. Who can TP?
Yeah, it's not like a Lich can rotate and do anything, honestly.
I mean, Lich can TP and cast Nova, I suppose, or Frost Blast if they get low. Or AA can, you know, maybe get a kill with Chilling Touch, Ice Vortex if they also get low, but these aren't really heroes that can protect someone.
Era just ran into 2 heroes out of nowhere. He sees the Night Stalker, he's like, I've made a huge mistake. And he is probably going to fall here. Well, actually, maybe not. Slander does get a kill in the mid lane. Era Phantom strikes. One more right click should do the job, and he should get it. Yeah, Void comes through, actually. Brewmaster split. Necroman getting chased down in the mid lane. Berserker's call misses. It was so close, but there's the Ghost Walk. Now the Chain Frost coming through. It's going to bounce the Slander. They dust it as well. Screed gets the double kill down bottom as they're diving. And now Slander is in some trouble, but NiP are just diving with reckless abandon here, trying to get something done. Seal Kid comes through. He's looking for Necroman. Another TP. They take down Slander in the end with the Brewmaster getting the kill, but meanwhile, Necroman... he's gonna fall, or get a kill rather on Seal Kid, excuse me.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
I honestly don't see a solution here for NiP, or a comeback mechanic. It's just one of those drafts where if you start, and they don't either. I mean, there's just no win condition at this point for them. They fell behind with a draft with no disables, no stuns, no AoE really, and you can't come back if you fall behind to the lineup that M5 have. At least not with the heroes that they drafted.
Now that was a pretty big outdraft, I'd say, coming out. M5, They knew what they had to do. They got ahead. Although it was looking not super great at the beginning of the game in that aggro trialing, which we thought maybe even should be broken up, they turned it around quickly because of the first nighttime. And actually, more so than anything else, the rotations towards
even
mid.
Even before the first night, I think the first gank on the mid was like at 3 minutes, 3:30 or something.
Yeah.
And really good play from the Night Stalker. Those first 2 rotations onto the Phantom Assassin really set the pace of this game, and there's nothing that NiP could do to respond.
Yeah. As well as NiP played in that first game, M5 just take a 15-minute game through just a sheer outdraft and play more so than anything else, and that'll happen without Disable. So NiP, despite winning that first game, it's now 1-1. We're going to move to the third game. We're going to see who moves on here in the winner's bracket or who goes down to the loser's bracket. Thank you so much for joining us for DotaPit. We'll be coming up with the last game in just a second, guys. Make sure you stick around. Check out DotaPit.com for more information and Twitter.com/DotaPit as well. We'll be right back, guys.